guys, it's Tina and I am back, and I am here with a very simple bronzy smoky eye, and I decided to just film this look for you guys since I am getting ready for the day, and I figured this look is really easy, it's really simple, it has a pop of color, it's a fun, easy eye to do for the summer. So if you want to see this look, then stay tuned and I'll talk to you soon.
Hello, it's me. Hey there guys. So we're starting off this get ready with me video with a little serum on my face. This is the Korres Golden Elixir, the Saffron Elixir, and I'm just applying that all over my skin and letting it absorb, which it absorbs really quickly. I've been really enjoying this elixir. And then I'm going to go in and beat my brows with this brow beater from Urban Decay. It is in the shade Dark, and I'm just going to comb through my brows with the spoolie side of the pencil and then go in and outline the shape that I prefer for my brows and fill in any sparse areas. As usual, there is a link tutorial to my brow routine if you want to check that out to see full details of how I fill in my brows for a very natural and subtle look. Then once I have the outline down, I'm going to go in with my Paula eye definer brush and work the product through my brows to disperse the product evenly and to remove any harsh lines so they look a lot more natural than sculpted out and defined. And then I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder Duo in the shade Ebony. I'm taking the lighter side of the duo and I'm going to work some of that product also through my brows just to, again, soften the brows and remove any harsh lines and also fill in some of the sparse areas. I find that filling in my brows with a powder helps soften the overall look so it doesn't look so chiseled on and I guess too structured. So I'm just working that product through the brows again. Now I'm going in with my Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer. I'm just applying this all over my lids to help prevent my eyeshadows from creasing since I do have very oily lids, so I like to seal in the oils before I apply my eyeshadow. And then I'm going to grab my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. This is in the shade Dark Neutral, and my Anastasia Beverly Hills number 18 brush, and apply that directly under my brows and then use the Anastasia Concealer brush to define the shape beneath my brows and to really outline and clean up any of the product that may have gone a little bit too far over the outline of the brows. And then I'm going to buff that all in using my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. That's just going to remove some of the excess creaminess from the product and also fade everything down on my brow bone area and create a very nice base for my eyeshadows as well. Next, I'm going to go in with my Blend In Transition shade. This is an eyeshadow from Smashbox. It's in the shade Nude. And this one is discontinued, but any skin tone color that you typically use for your eyeshadow transition shade will do. And I'm just going to buff that in my crease. Again, it's just a matte caramel brown shade. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab one of my AMC eyeshadow pigments from Inglot. This is shade 41, which is a deep bronzy brown shade, and I'm just going to apply that on my lids using my Rite Aid eyeshadow brush, and I'm just pressing that onto the lid. Again, this is a loose pigment, so be careful with it. I'm just pressing it on the lid and buffing it back and forth using windshield wiper motion and concentrating the color on my lids directly. And this color, I'm not even using it damp, and it's applying beautifully, has great pigmentation, and I'm just building up the color as I go. And then I'm going to grab a fluffy blending brush. This is the J5523 brush from Hakuhodo, and just go around the edges of the color so we can remove any of the harsh lines in the crease area. And I'm just blending back and forth, and I really like how this pigment performed without adding primer water. But because I want to pick up the metallic shine from this pigment, I'm going to go in with that Smashbox primer water. And you see now the pigment is now more intense, more frosty, more of a shine is there from the primer water. And that's what you call foiling in a pigment, is applying a little bit of primer, a little bit of water, a little bit of mixing medium to create that more shiny metallic effect. You didn't need to do this at all with this pigment because it was intense already, but I just wanted to kick up the shine. Now I'm going in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Fudge Eyeshadow, which is a rich, deep, fudgy brown shade. I don't know how else to say it. It's such a deep, rich brown. It's like a chocolatey, fudgy, warm brown, and I'm just going to blend that in the outer lid area using the same J5523 blending brush and just blend it out to create some depth in that outer lid area. I'm also going to go in and apply some of this to the inner tear duct and create kind of a sandwiched, smoky effect, but I'm not doing too much. I'm just applying very little to add a little dimension to the look, but I'm not creating like a halo eye or anything. Now I'm going in with the shade Smoke, also from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is a richer, deeper, more neutral brown shade. And I'm going to use the same brush again to build up a little bit of dimension on that outer crease area, outer lid. And this is just going to add depth. So I added like a medium tone deep brown, and then I'm adding a really rich brown. And I'm going to do the same thing on my inner tear duct area, just bring a little bit of the color also to create that 3D effect. But again, not doing a real center smoky eye. I'm just creating a little bit of dimension on the eye. And then I'm grabbing a clean blending brush. This is the one that we used to apply our transition shade. It's from the Live Beautiful collection for IT Cosmetics, and just blending the edges of the color out. Next, I'm grabbing another pigment from Inglot. This is shade number 41, which is a shimmery nude shade. And I'm just going to pop that on my inner tear duct area using a pointed blending brush. And this one is really beautiful. You just blend it out. It's a really natural looking highlight on darker skin, so I really like that shade. And I'm just going to blend it out using a clean blending brush. Now I'm going in with the skin. I'm using this WONDERGLOW Soft Focus Primer from Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm just going to apply this to the tops of my cheeks because I wasn't sure what was going to happen because this is the first time I'm using this product. So it's a first impressions, and I'm just applying it to the tops of my cheeks to see if the shine was too much. It was not too much. It was not overly shiny or shimmery, so I decided to go ahead and apply it over the rest of my face very lightly and blend it in. Gives a very subtle sheen to the skin, which is great because I'm using this Makeup Forever Water Blend Foundation, which is in the shade Y455, and I'm going to apply that directly on the skin. This foundation, let's talk about it. I am not in love with it. I really have been trying to like it. I've been trying to use it and see if maybe I'm the issue. Like, you know, is it my fault? Am I the problem? But I just don't like how it applies on the skin. I don't like the finish of it. I don't like the texture of it. It kind of wants to clump up on the skin. And I mean, that has to do with the primer that you have on underneath and the different moisturizing products that you use. Since it is water-based, you have to be careful. But I'm going to still play with it and then let you know my final thoughts. I'm going back in with the Naked Skin Concealer again. I just love this concealer. I love the shade, and I'm applying it directly under my eyes to cover up some of that darkness because, listen, the darkness is happening. I don't know what's going on. The older I get, the more darkness I get underneath my eyes. And it's not because I'm not sleeping. It's because of my genetics. I do have Indian heritage, East Indian, so I'm Middle Eastern, half Middle Eastern, so a little bit of darkness does happen under our eyes. And anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and set my foundation in place using my Naked Skin Foundation Powder. This is one of my favorite powders, if not my ultimate favorite powder to set foundation with. And I'm just going to pounce it over my skin using a dampened beauty blender, just because this foundation, let me tell you, the Water Blend Foundation is a trip. So I'm blending everything in, hoping for the best to have this not look like crepey on my skin. Now I'm going in with a highlight. This is Mirage Eyeshadow from Makeup Geek. I'm just going to pop that on the undersides of my brow. And I really love this eyeshadow for highlighting my brow. I just don't know what it is. It's not a matte shade, but it's not like a shimmery shade either. There's a subtle glow, but it's still like performs as a matte. So I really love that shade. And then I'm going in with my mascara, which is my Too Faced Better Than Sex, like what else? And I'm really going to layer up this mascara because I am not putting on false eyelashes. Since this is just an everyday look, I'm not really trying to do the va-va-voom. So I'm just going to apply that mascara in a few coats on my top lashes. And to make it pop even more, I'm going in with my Superhero Mascara from IT Cosmetics. I love this combination. Try it out. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. It will add oomph and volume and curl to your lashes. I love this mascara on its own as well, but I prefer it used layered over my Too Faced. Now I'm going in with a Glide On pencil from Urban Decay. This is in the shade Deep End. It's just a deep, almost blue, sea blue, yeah, like a sea blue teal. It's so pretty and it has shimmer to it. It's glowy. It's just beautiful. And I'm applying that to my lower lash line area. And I'm just going to blend out the edges of that color using my MAC 242 brush just to make sure we don't have any harsh lines. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Lucky, also a glide on pencil, and apply that to my inner tear duct area as well. And that's just going to tie the entire look together. It's kind of a bronzy gold shade, so applying it on the inner tear duct highlights the inner tear duct as well as ties in the lid shade. And I'm going to grab some of the pigment that we used on the inner tear duct and pop on top of that. And that's going to really brighten up that inner tear duct, as you can see. And I'm just going to blend out the edges of the color, making sure we don't have, say it with me, any harsh lines. Now I'm going to go in with my lower lash mascara. This is the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara, which is my all-time favorite lower lash mascara because it has this really tiny little one that gets into the nooks and crannies and really coats those lower lashes. For my lower waterline, I'm going to grab the shade Perversion, also from Urban Decay. It's one of their 24/7 pencils, and I love this shade. It's one of the best pencils to use on my lower lash line. Now I'm going to go in with my Marc Jacobs foundation powder. I don't know why I use two powders here. But anyway, I'm just going to smooth out my skin because I didn't like how the foundation sat on my skin at all. So I'm like trying my best to smooth everything out so it looks good and copacetic on my skin. And then for my blush, I'm grabbing the shade Fever from MAC, which is such a beautiful shade. And I'm popping that on my cheeks using my Sephora brush. Oh, this brush is so divine. It's so soft. I wish I had picked up two at the makeup show, but I'm just going to blend that color in. Make sure it looks nice on my skin without being overwhelming, because this blush color is really intense. It's really pigmented, but it blends out really easily and really seamlessly, especially with this brush. Oh my god. So I look like I have a nice flush on my cheeks. And then I'm going to go in with my Marc Jacobs Hi-Fi Filter Contour Powder and apply that to the hollows of my cheeks using my number 3 contour brush from Marc Jacobs as well, and just blend that in. I'm also going to grab some of that highlight powder and kind of chisel out the cheeks a little bit more. This is what they on YouTube they call bacon, but I'm not really bacon. I'm kind of reverse contouring by applying a lighter shade on the underside of my contour and just blending it out. Now tell me about this highlighter. This is from Illamasqua. It is the Beyond Powder Illuminator. Shut up right now. It's such a beautiful highlight shade. It's a bronzy golden shade, and I'm just applying that with my MAC 135 brush. It's such a beautiful color. I'm going to also grab some of that on the center of my nose using my finger. And now for the lips, let's use one of the new Vice lipsticks from Urban Decay. This is in the shade Backtalk. It's a pinky neutral shade. It's a very light pink, so I'm just applying that all over my lips and blending it in. It's a beautiful shade, but I need a liner with this, so I'm going to grab the Conspiracy liner, also from the new Urban Decay Vice lineup, and just outline the edges of my lips. This is more of a warm tone chestnut brown, and I'm just outlining the edges like I said. And then I'm going in with my Marc Jacobs lip gloss. I love this lip gloss so much. I'm just topping this with the gloss so it looks a little bit more pulled together. And that, guys, is going to finish up the look. I really love this kind of burnt, bronzy shade on the lids, and then the lips are nice and simple. I just love how this look turned out, and hopefully you guys also enjoyed this video. I am going to also show you a glimpse at my outfit, which is a really simple outfit. It is a striped white and blue dress from Forever 21 of all places. Like, did you expect me to go to Forever 21? Well, I love it. This necklace is from Bobble Bar. It is just a little plaque and simple gold hoops. And my little sandals are from Target from like 2 years ago. I love these sandals, and they're striped too to match the dress, which is really divine. I love this dress. The material is really thick and rich, so it felt really nice on my body. And then my bag is just a simple white bag from Nordstrom. And I made it a little bit more work appropriate by putting on a navy blue cardigan. So that's gonna finish up the look.
Alright guys, so hopefully you enjoyed this get ready with me video. I really like how it turned out. The bronze isn't as deep as I wanted it to be initially, but when everything came together, I really like how it turned out. And the pop of color on the lower lash line, listen, yes. If you are afraid of color, you don't want to go too bold, you think it's too much, try a pop of color on the lower lash line area. It's gonna really set off your look, really bring some interest to the eyes, but without being too crazy in your face. It's a really simple look if you really think about it, but this little color just makes it a little bit more interesting. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll leave a full list of the products used down below in the description box, as well as links to my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook page, where you should be following me along. Why aren't you? And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye guys.